Today, we'll learn how to share and revise files. These are mainly about two things. First, share your file and co-edit it with other people. Second, prevent the file from miswriting and keep track of traces. These two purposes all fit in working with multiple people. We often need to co-edit files with other colleagues to achieve high efficiency. Look at this case. Suppose I want to share and edit this data table with other colleagues in my department. What can I do? The left side shows computer A, while the right side shows computer B. They all connect to the same local area network. We have already set up a shared folder that contains the workbooks that need to be co-edited. At this time, computers A and B can see this file. By default, two computers cannot edit the workbook at the same time. Let's test it. We use both computers A and B to open the workbook. Computer B displays a message informing you that the file is in use and cannot be modified. It's easy to solve it. Let's close the file opened in computer B. In computer A's view mode, click Share Workbook in the Review tab. Check Allow Changes by more than one user at the same time in the pop-up dialog. Then, the system will ask you to save the file when you click OK. Then click Save. Now the workbook can be shared. Its name has a suffix named shared. Hover your cursor and you can check the details. Open the file again on computer B. This time we can edit it. These two workbooks are identical. We'll start by changing a piece of data on the left. There is no synchronous change in the right table. This is because we haven't saved the document first after altering the data. The Save button can do two things in a shared file: save or refresh. We click Save in the table on the left, and its shortcut key is Ctrl+S. Then, click Save in the table on the right to refresh the page and synchronize the data. A blue corner mark will appear on the modified cells, indicating that it has been changed. When we move the mouse over it, details about who altered it, when, and what will show. If two people modify the data in the same cell at the same time, will an error appear? Let's see what happens. Change cell B2 in the table on the left, then save it with Ctrl+S. Then we change cell B2 in the right-hand table and hit Ctrl+S. A pop-up window will appear at this point, displaying the conflicts. You can choose to accept the modification of any computer. After selecting a user, the system will be subject to modification. I'm not sure if you noticed, but the blue corner mark will only record the most recent change. Instead, the prior modification record will be removed, so the system can only store the most recent modification. So how can we trace all modifications? This is the second thing we'll learn today. Similarly, click Track Changes in the Review tab and click Highlight Changes to pop up a dialog. There are several option boxes. First, make sure you've checked Track Changes while editing. Then you can check when, who, and where to enter the contents. At When, you can select All, Since I Last Saved, Since Date, and so on. Here we select All. Select Everyone at Who. We don't need to check where, and the system will take the whole workbook as the default. Finally, check Show Track Changes Description and click OK. In this way, all the changes in the table will be recorded in detail. If you don't like it, you can re-enter the Highlight Changes page. Check the List Changes on a new sheet below and click OK. The changes will not be reflected in the original table, but listed on a new sheet that records every detail of the changes, such as the reviser and the revised contents. New data and old data are arranged clearly. This sheet cannot be deleted directly. Right-click it, and you can check the gray state. OK, now let's edit the source table again. There is no new modification recorded, so we have to solve two problems. The first concern is how to close the history sheet, and the second is how to refresh the editing records. Saving the workbook will close the history sheet. As we said earlier, saving the file will refresh the data. So reopen the Highlight Changes page and click OK. At this time, the history sheet will also update what we just modified. In addition to the above conventional sharing functions, WPS Office also supports cloud collaboration. This function can go beyond the local network and make home working possible. You may share the file's URL, and collaborators can view and modify the attachment on the WPS web page. Thus, you don't have to save it to your email or deal with the file's different versions. What can we do? First, we need to upload the file to the cloud space. Click the Tools tab and click Save to Cloud Docs to pop up a dialog. Then, a cloud icon will appear on the file name. Click the Co-Editing button to pop up an online page that shows the complete data record. Click Share and set the permission of the file in the pop-up dialog box. You can allow anyone to read it and make the link public. This file is accessible to anybody with the link. You can also allow everyone to edit it as long as the link is shared. Co-editing is possible even if the collaborators haven't downloaded WPS Office. Click Get Login Free Link to get the shared link of this file. Click Permanent and set the validity period of the generated link. You can choose 7 days, 30 days, and permanent. Finally, click Copy, and you can share the link with others. You can choose only the designated person can read and edit to avoid the misuse of the shared link. This option has a higher security level. Click Add Contacts at Contacts, and you can invite the designated person to join your contact group. Only those invited people can access and edit this file through the shared link. Uninvited people will not be able to do so even if they get the shared link. There is no trick to collaborating on a file. You can edit the file as usual. WPS Office will tell you other co-workers' status in this file and show you their positions. File security and privacy are extremely critical for collaborative editing. We may prohibit downloading, saving, and printing of files above. You can cancel the sharing status at any time or generate a new link, so the file's privacy and security are better protected. With the highest level of the file, the creator can also share the file's ownership with other people. You may designate other persons to be the creator by clicking Creator. Is it possible to record all the editing changes? The answer is yes. This co-edit function can save documents to cloud in real time. You can click the clock-like button next to the avatar and click Workspace to check the detailed changes and their time. In file editing by collaborators, data is easy to be deleted by mistake. Just click Roll back this version, and you can return to any version. We learned how to share and edit files with our coworkers. There are two methods to share files. One is the traditional method that can be set in the Review tab and share the file through the local area network. Thus, multiple people can work on the file at the same time. You can trace the revision in the records. Another method is to co-edit online. All you have to do is share the link. The receivers do not need to download WPS Office to participate in the cooperation. The editing records are saved in real time, allowing us to experience real collaboration. I will next take you to learn about printing skills in the following lesson. Many students will face all kinds of printing difficulties. I hope the next lesson can help you find peace in the printing process.